It's still Callahan. Let's inform Buffalo that it's a no.
That is beautiful.
Okay, Sonny, we're with you.
Like hell we are. All due respect, Sonny, that is a bonehead move.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Steel Sanctuary Podcast. I'm your host, David Barrow from SteelSanctuary.com. Trent and Dave are with me tonight for the draft show, our Sunday draft show. Guys, how's it going?
Good.
It's going fantastic.
Trent's been in the sun all day, so he's struggling along. Yeah, he'll be all right.
I'm dying right now. It's all right. We're good. Much like Corb in the flu game, we're going to power through.
These guys are gamers.
Correct.
Don't let it ever be said different. I thought I'd start the pod off by going over this week's visits that the Steelers had. Quarterbacks Carson Beck and Cole Payton. Wide receivers Jeff Caldwell and Kendrick Law. Guard Kalen Rutledge. Cornerbacks Chris Johnson and Zakario Davis. Interior defensive lineman James Thompson. Linebackers Jacob Rodriguez and Kyle Louis. Pretty good group this week. Friday kind of saved it, right? Because we had J-Rod and all of Rutledge come in.
Yeah, no doubt.
Still
Pretty
poking around
excited.
quarterbacks, though.
Still, yeah, they are. They are still poking around quarterbacks. So
Me and Trent
that
talked about
worries
this.
me, by the way.
Yeah, me and Trent talked about this on Friday. Do you think that says something about what they think about Will Howard, or do you think
It might? I don't know. I mean, it could be just doing their due diligence, or it could be they're looking to see if they can find a guy. I have no idea. I mean, think about it. What is it? March 22nd, and shockingly, not really.
no? Cool.
Aaron has not signed yet. So here we are, right? So maybe they're just treating it as if they have a vacancy.
Yeah. If they're practicing for next year, I'm all for it. Like if this is like just an exercise to get ready for next year, fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
But if they're gonna draft like Trent Simpson in the first, or Carson Beck in the second or third, my attitude might change a little bit.
Yeah,
I'd be so pissed.
as long as we're drafting for just to have a guy, okay. But if they're going to draft now and not draft next year, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, that would be the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Adam wants to bring some wide receivers. They've got a couple, but I'm sure there'll be more. I mean, if I've been tracking this stuff, and you can check it out on SteelSanctuary.com, there must be 16 wide receivers between the combine and pro days. So they've done their work on wide receivers for sure.
I don't think they're out on wide receiver at any round either. I think they're in on round 1, 2, 3, wherever they find the right guy. I mean, they're definitely going to go after receivers. We got to add at least what, 2 more, 3 more.
3 more they need.
3 more total.
Yeah, for a 6-man wide receiver room, which is usually what teams carry. Yeah, they need 3 more. Well, yeah, they've only got.
You've basically got 4 right
Pittman.
now, technically. You've got
Roman Wilson,
TK, Roman Wilson, Benny Skowronek.
Yeah, so technically they only need 2.
Yeah, but you're going to bring more than that into camp. I don't know that you don't bring in a veteran. You draft 2 more, and you just make Roman earn his draft value. You know, just because you were a 3rd-round pick, you weren't a 3rd-round pick of this regime.
Yep.
Sorry, bro.
Guys, I'm looking at all these official pre-draft visits and kind of shaking my head here a little bit. Like,
what's bothering you, Dave?
Well, like the only wide receiver projected in, like, I guess you could say higher that they have had a visit with is Denzel Boston. Caldwell's going to be further down the line.
Oh yeah, he's going to be
further down. So like, kind of, I don't know. I'm looking at all these names and I'm like, this is really no 1st-round picks to my knowledge.
Yeah, they met with a bunch of guys at the combine that were higher up.
Okay,
right. They met with
a
few. So
there's that. I have that list too.
And it's early still too.
Yeah.
We're only about halfway through. They're supposed to get 40, and they've only done about what? Not even 20 yet, right? It's about 15-ish.
For visits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, so they got a lot to go.
Long way to
I wouldn't panic on the wide receiver thing yet.
I wouldn't either.
Any other thoughts on that group? Before I go into
We're talking about Jake, like the groups we just talked about. Jacob Rodriguez is
Yes,
thank God. Like
that's
I
a good
want
sign.
serious
Very glad.
thoughts going into Jacob Rodriguez going into this draft for us.
Yeah, I hope he makes it to them in the second round.
Well, Keelan Rutledge is a sneaky second round pick too, because
Now,
they could be sitting in the second round with Pregnon gone, Besantis gone.
4 weeks ago, Rutledge was a late third
Yeah.
rounder.
Now he's
I know.
moving
It's just
up.
crazy how
He's-
stuff just changes.
Yep.
But yeah, I
So-
don't know.
It's weird. He's the only serious guard consideration they've really put out too. Like
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the plan? Are they playing like they trying to play like they're not interested so that no one will jump them, or is this just ignoring the position?
it's almost like they're kind of maybe not
Ignoring the
tipping their
position.
hand in
It's almost like we're
entirely.
throwing everything at the wall and see what sticks.
Except at guard, which they're throwing nothing against the wall.
Yeah,
How many of the guys that we've brought in are actually first round guys so far?
that's my point.
Well,
That's my
they
point.
did meet
No,
with
I'm not talking about just guard in general.
No, I know. That's
That's
my
what you're
point.
saying too, right? Then, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 not many at
I'm
all.
looking at all
Yeah.
these guys, and I don't think any of them are a projected first rounder.
They did
Not
meet with
Rod-
Besantis
not
and
Rodriguez,
Pregnon at
not
the combine.
Peyton, Sicario Davis, no. Kyle Lewis, no. James Thompson, no. Denzel Boston is the only one close, but no.
He's fallen out of the first round too.
Khalil Dinkins, Kendrick Law, Codwell, Ephesians, Prysock,
Prysock.
Marco Bell. No.
Yep.
Not a lot
Very
on that
strange.
list.
Is this just a different process now with Mike McCarthy in there?
It seems
Maybe-
very much
maybe
like a
they-
different process.
Maybe they do their pre-draft visits with late round pick, or not late, but non-early picks.
Well, you could say late round picks. Most of those guys are, except for maybe
Yeah.
a couple. Yeah, maybe. I don't. This is totally different. By now,
And look, that's fine with me. If it's a different style, fine, because Lord knows they could use change. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's we're so used to. We pretty much got who the first round pick's going to be. It's going to be probably this guy. There's a small chance it could be this guy.
And that's always
Now
been the problem.
we're like
is-
we don't even know
There's
what
no-
fucking
yeah, you
position
have
they're
no
going
idea.
after.
right.
and it
So-
was the same with Omar and White. The last couple of years, it hasn't been too hard to figure out.
Nope.
I don't know if McCarthy's come in and said, "Look, we got to change up what we're doing here,"
Yes,
or what's going
probably.
on. It's possible.
God bless him if that's what he did.
I mean, and I'm about to go over the pro day schedule for this week, and they've only gone to one. It's like they've totally blown off the pro day thing. They've gone to
Which
Georgia.
is very
That's it.
weird. I mean,
Strange. Completely different from what they've done the last 20 years.
Yep.
Completely different.
Greg seems
So-
to agree with you, Corb.
yeah, Greg.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's why they're
Maybe.
changing it up. Maybe that's the problem. They're definitely tipping their hand, and McCarthy's trying to put a stop to it. Maybe I have no idea.
They definitely did tip their hand and pass too much. They definitely did.
Maybe McCarthy, when he talked about his interview, he talked about keeping up with the times, keeping up with trends. If you look at now this might be a little bit of a bad comp because the Rams never have first round.
I know what you're
picks.
going to say, though, and you're right.
But they don't really show to any of these pro days and things like that. Like
They don't go to
put
the
a lot of
combine at all.
Stock, no, they don't put stock in some of this stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe he's taking pages out of like them. I know them. Shanahan's another big one who doesn't like these big offensive guys. They don't really put a lot of like emphasis into some of this stuff. Now they still have, of course, the top 30 visits, but what if the top 30 visits are trying to learn more about the guys that you don't know a lot about because they are late round guys? I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
It's totally different than we're used to. We're just going to have to maybe figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll go over. There's some big pro days this week, but are they even going to show up? March 22nd is Baylor, which is not a big deal. March 23rd is BC, Duke, Iowa, LSU, Miami, North Carolina, and Toledo. You'd think someone would go to Toledo to see Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Right.
Somebody's probably going.
LSU and Miami have a bunch of prospects. I think that someone go there. March 24th is Auburn, Boise State, Cincinnati, Iowa State, Louisville, North Carolina State, Notre Dame, Texas, and UConn. Notre Dame and Texas is huge.
Yes.
UConn's got Chris Bell, not Chris Bell, Skylar Bell.
So,
Yes.
You might want to go see him. The 25th, Alabama, Arizona, Nebraska, Ohio State, Texas A&M, Wake Forest. I
We
would
know-
expect Con to go to Ohio State.
We know they're
think.
coming to Ohio State. Come on.
They always do. But
Come
they
on.
always went to Clemson
Yeah.
and they didn't go.
Well, maybe they're not buying as much of the combine shit and more of what was actually shown on film. And they're
Could
just
be.
not that interested in them.
Could be.
They all underperformed. I mean, I don't care who you
Oh,
talk
Clemson,
about.
yeah.
You can
Clemson
throw
did, yeah.
anybody from Clemson out there. Everyone on that fucking team underperformed. I mean,
It is.
the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, ton of talent. Maybe they just didn't care about what they did at the combine.
It's possible, and they don't want to bother going to the pro day. It's possible. March 26th, Florida, Pitt, TCU, and Texas Tech. Texas Tech has a few, including J-Rod.
Yeah,
Um,
quite a few. Yeah,
Pitt's right next door, so
Lee-
probably go there.
I wouldn't put Lee Hunter off your list either.
Yeah, that's another one.
He's got to be right up there. I mean, the outside edge rushers, we're probably not going to have an interest in unless there's something crazy happening.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And the last one this upcoming week is Arizona State, Florida State, Houston, Maryland, and Mississippi State. Not crazy one, but you got Florida State there with a couple prospects you might want to
oh
check
yeah,
out.
the D linemen, they're definitely going to be hot on his trail.
Yeah, Daryl Jackson there.
Daryl Jackson.
Yep.
And they've already talked to him, but he was the first. Was he the first, second, 30 visit? Wasn't he on the list?
He was in the list. Yeah, he was
What
up
was
there
his name again?
somewhere.
which one?
Daryl Jackson from Florida
Daryl
State.
Jackson. Wasn't he on like one of the very first ones they brought in?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I thought he was early.
I have to go back and look at it now.
Or I'm thinking of maybe he was an official combine.
It's weird because it was kind of fun piecing together the clues with Colbert and Tomlin because they'd go to the pro days, they'd have people in, and you could narrow it down, position of need, and you could kind of come close to figuring out. Now we just don't have a fucking idea. Arizona State's got a couple too. I mean, they didn't go to Michigan, which didn't have a ton, but that's usually one they go to. And we'll see.
What was the name you were looking for, Trent?
Daryl Jackson Jr.
He might not have come in. Did he
Not
with him at the
for-
combine?
Not for a pro day visit. Let me
So
see if I can
maybe-
find him
maybe the-
in the combine.
Yeah, I think it was a
Yeah, you
combine.
said Daryl Jackson Jr., right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the combine. man.
Combine.
Okay.
Yeah, they
had
met
a
at the
formal
combine.
system.
They've only met
So-
with 2 tackles at the combine, Mark Bell and Max Ianachor, and 3 guards at the combine, Besantis, Rutledge, and Pregnon. So 5 offensive linemen, plus what, Mark Bell that came in, and
Yeah.
Rutledge again.
Did they just think they're not going to get a shot at Ione?
That's it. They didn't go to Penn State.
I've been
Which
saying
is
that, but
Bizarre.
the
Penn
mock
State has
draft
other ones.
having him falling.
I don't know, man. Penn State's got like 3 or 4 draftable prospects at least, and they didn't even go to that pro day. They got Wheatley. They have what's the defensive lineman's name there? That's Zane Durant.
Dane Durant, yeah.
They got the edge was probably not.
We had,
they're really interested in.
What was his name? He's kind of a top scout at that pro day.
Did
They
you
did
guys
have
see?
somebody there.
He was
Black
like
Magic.
head of player scouting or something that was there. It wasn't Rooney, but I can't think of what his name is right now. He was there. I think wasn't he down on the field too, doing like helping them with drill work or something, or not?
He might have been.
He was
I can look
in
it
the
up
thick
real-
of it. I think.
Did you see Black Magic's question who he won in the first round?
Yeah, Black Magic's all over the chat right now. He wants the Mike T chat coming back up.
Did you have a guy?
Listen,
You want-
Black Magic.
I
We're sad right now this time of year that Mike T isn't here because we know exactly who the fuck we were picking in the first 3 rounds. All fucking 5 picks. We would know them all.
It was a
so
lot.
he wants to know who we take in the first round.
I guess.
I own.
I mean,
Omar Cooper for me.
I'm
But one of those two
100%
guys.
locked into him being the first pick too. I
Yeah.
own.
Are you willing to trade up for him?
Guys,
I am at this point.
Cost you one of the thirds to get up there to get him.
I,
I think I would do it.
If it's a third, I'm 1,000% in.
I think Ione's worth it, guys. I think he's
If it's
worth
a
it.
second, I think I'm still in. And I'll
You
figure
know-
out the fucking rest later.
No, I would do it for Ione. I would.
I would do Cooper if Ione is gone.
It's funny,
That would be
Dave,
one of
because
my guys.
mine is Ione, Cooper, and I'm gonna might shock you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say Lemon. If they can get Lemon,
Yeah,
That's another
I'm
one.
not. Lemon, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm looking past.
I'm trying to save
I'm
some
looking-
of our guys because we're going to
I'm
talk
looking
about
Yeah,
past.
we're gonna do a top fives.
I'm looking past the ladies' man, and part of them, and I'm just looking at the player. Okay.
And the funky eyeballs and the questionable stuff with the combine. Yeah.
There's a
you
lot of
talking-
stuff.
are you
There's a lot
talking
of
about
stuff
it?
to look past, but yes.
I think he's talking about Akeem Messador.
No edge rusher in the first round for sure.
No. I think he's talking about
Oh.
Akeem Messador. They're
God, I love-
ends. They
I
run
love
4-3.
Cooper, though.
Yeah, I love Omar Cooper, too.
I love Omar Cooper.
It's
You guys saw
Mekhi.
that-
I'm telling you guys, it's Mekhi Lemon. If he's
What-
there,
I
if he's
get it.
there, and it's still between him and Omar Cooper, I'm taking Mekhi Lemon
No, I'm taking Cooper.
I'm taking
every
I'm
day
taking Cooper.
of the week.
I'm taking
Cooper's
Cooper.
clean. Not
So-
one thing you could point to. Productive,
I
athletic.
could point to more production over the career for Mekhi Lemon.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cooper
I'm
did
okay
hit on
with
1
that.
year. Andy's. Hold on,
Who was-
Dave. Hold
Who
on,
was
Dave.
Cooper's quarterback before Mendoza?
The dude that went to the NFL draft last year.
What in the
Oh,
8th round?
who? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, who are we
Seventh
talking
rounder.
about here?
I can't remember his name. He wasn't good though.
He was not good.
Right.
He did
so,
get
like,
drafted, but he
So
was
I
not
mean,
good.
you know, the quarterback's kind of important.
I mean, USC's quarterback last year. I don't even remember who it was. Probably
Right.
wasn't good either. But to be fair, what were you holding on to me for? What are you telling me to hold on for?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
You said
He's
to jump on my ass.
22.2. So after his rookie deal, are we even allowed to give him an extension?
Oh, for the love of fuck! Yes, he'll be 26 for a second contract. That's fine. It's perfectly.
I didn't
fine,
realize
ass.
what you were getting at
I knew
until
what he's doing
David,
right
for
away.
the love of.
Right away.
I mean, Mekhi Lemon's like 4 months younger.
Oh, so he gets under that
Oh,
whole
four
27,
months, you mean?
4 months
That-
younger.
that cutoff
Yes,
for Dave.
Greg got my back too.
Yeah.
Curtis.
Yeah, you gotta-
Ward.
You got to
Thank
watch it, man. After 26, it's just downhill.
They're
Hey, every podcast that goes down a year. You guys were killing me at 28 a couple podcasts ago. Now it's 26.
It goes down with you too, Dave. We started at 30 and now we're down to 27.
Yeah,
so-
we-
No,
We
no.
got a 28-year-old running
Gonna be 30.
wide receiver, and he's a fucking absolute bum.
He's a bum.
You gotta stop doing that shit. All right, let's compose ourselves and move on here. Let's do our top fives. I gotta pick up my phone because I dropped it. Hold on 1 second.
Don't do that.
Sorry about that. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Throwing his phone because we're talking about ages again.
Yeah, you start talking about ages, and I just threw my phone across the room. Let's start with quarterbacks. Who wants to go first?
I can go first on this one.
All right,
All right.
hit it.
I got Mendoza, no shocker. Ty
Yeah.
Simpson, no shocker. Nussmeyer,
Oh,
Carson Beck, Drew Aller. I mean,
Wait, Trent, you put undraftable in your top five?
yes, the class is that bad. They're all undraftable beyond the first two.
this is rough after one. It's rough
I mean,
because I
Ty
don't like.
Simpson has a chance to be an NFL quarterback.
Did you have like a change of heart? What's going on?
Fuck no, they're all that bad. You
Hot
made
garbage,
me
I know.
take 5 guys.
I know.
Well, let's say this: if you hate Drew Aller that much, you wouldn't put Cole Payton ahead of him, or Taylor
I mean,
Green.
you can throw.
I
they're
mean-
all interchangeable.
Yeah, 'cause
weapons to me, I don't
yeah,
give
'cause
a shit.
mine's, yeah.
Go ahead,
'cause-
Dave. Do yours.
All right, mine's Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson. I let McShay talk me into it with his emotional speech about him the other day.
It didn't work on me.
I went Cole Payton next because your boy Tony Pauline loves him. Then I went with Drew Aller because of the measurables. Guys, you're probably gonna yell at me for this, but I went Cade Klubnik. I just
I
can't get over the fact last season he was the top ranked guy by guys going in here. He had an injury that he was dealing with during the season. The whole team did not do well. So I don't know. I don't know. For some, like when we're talking about top 5 here, I think that he's a guy day 3 if he's there and Aller and Peyton M are gone. Maybe you give him a shot.
Yeah, I just you know my feeling on those 3: Klubnik, Nussmeier, and Simpson. I wouldn't.
I just don't know how much the injury held him back. I just
it could have, but he's small. His arm's not that great. He's not very athletic. Sound familiar? It's half this draft class is like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I think,
what's your 5, man?
I think. Go ahead. Yeah. Do your 5.
You want to finish your? What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, like, you could at least talk yourself into Klubnik if you wanted to because of the season he had the year before. It was. I mean, he hit at like ridiculous levels to all 3 levels of the field. Like, I mean, there's a reason he was the unanimous number 1 guy going into the season. It just, I don't know, the wheels fell completely off out there. I don't know what the hell they did in Clemson, but
All right, my top 5: Fernando Mendoza. He's the clear one. No one's surprised at that. I got Carson Beck 2. I got Cole Payton 3. I have Drew Aller 4, and I got Taylor Green 5. I'm telling you, I'd rather you could talk me into Ty Simpson is a better thrower of the ball, better quarterback, blah blah blah. But what's the ceiling? His ceiling is a backup quarterback. I'd rather roll the dice on Taylor Green. Maybe he's Anthony Richardson, and he sucks. But at least you have a chance with that kind of athletic ability, that kind of arm. At least you have a chance with those 3 guys: Simpson, Klubnik, and Nussmeier. I don't think you have a chance.
yeah.
Nussmeier and Simpson, Klubnik are injury-prone, small guys that are going to get injury-prone in the pros too.
Could be.
Ty Simpson's got 15 starts, and half of them he sucked in. Granted, they're probably better quarterbacks right now than Taylor Green. They probably are, but give me a chance. You know, I don't think we have a chance with those other guys. I'm sorry, I just don't.
I think you were just giving thoughts on this.
Yeah. I mean, that's a dice roll, really. So people seem to like Peyton better, but they're both more athletic than better quarterbacks at this point right now. Right? I think Cole Payton's a little bit more accurate, but he played at a small school, so it's a tough thing to hash out.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this. I did my list based on just the prospects alone, not really who I'd actually want to be here. But just as where they stand right now, that was my top 5 as they are as bad as some of that. I mean, Drew Eller's atrocious. I don't know why he would be 5, but I just think he's getting drafted in that order. But I think you can make easy arguments to say, why draft one of those guys in the 3rd round instead of waiting on Cole Payton, Taylor Green, guys who have the actual upside.
Some kind of upside. Yeah, exactly.
And Drew Aller, like, he has the tools, but my God, the kid's never put it together ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and so far, you've seen better flashes out of Cole Payton, which is why you hear all these guys. Dave, you brought up McShay is now like drooling all over this kid.
Yeah. He's got him as 3rd quarterback right now behind Ty Simpson.
Yeah. I mean,
Mendoza.
you could see why. Like, he's at least produced, even if it's a smaller level, he's produced. Taylor Green, like, an absolute athletic freak. If you get a guy who knows how to fix mechanical issues, I mean, if they didn't have a quarterback, wouldn't you think maybe they'd take a swing if Brian Daboll is his offensive coordinator? He fixed Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Maybe a guy like that could fix Taylor Green.
Yeah.
Does Mike McCarthy feel like he's able to fix quarterbacks' mechanics? Like, would he take that shot?
Taylor Green's so tough to project, though, because he's a freak, but like the production's not there, but he didn't have help either. So you don't know if it's really he just sucks. Because, guys, that's the thing. Sometimes we get fixated on these RAS scores and their how athletic they are. And, like, I get that, but sometimes it's just raw talent, not athletics. And that could be the case with him. He just might be an amazing athlete. He's just not that good at being a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd much rather take a shot at him in the 5th or 6th.
On day 3.
Yeah, than do Ty Simpson in the 2nd. Or
my God. Like, trust me, I'm
second or third.
I'm not saying that I condone taking Ty Simpson in the second. I am right there with you. I would rather them take Peyton, Aller, Green, any of those guys on day 3.
Yeah.
Than
The middle
ever
class
take
of this
Tyson.
draft is just shit to me.
Awful. Like I
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to do
see.
it.
I don't want to see a Nussmeyer, a Carson Beck, a Ty Simpson. I don't want to see any of those guys on day 2. They
Klubnik,
better not take
Yeah.
any of those guys on day 2.
What about
I'd probably even feel better about taking Cole Payton
at 99?
way higher than you should take him over one of those other guys.
Yeah, me too.
I am
Me too.
fine.
I don't
The
want him.
99th pick. With the 99th pick, my gut feelings are taking Aller at 99th.
I wouldn't
Am
be
I
surprised.
saying now? Am I saying
wouldn't be
I'm like, am I saying I hope they do that? No, but I got this weird feeling, man.
You've
They
been
are going to
saying
use
that.
that last pick in the 3rd round they got, and they're going to take him. They're not going to let him make it to the 4th round.
You have that weird feeling because he tested semi well, and he's a local kid. And you know how
Yes.
the Steelers love that local kid shit.
Yes.
They love it.
Yes.
So it would not be a surprise.
Well, wait a
at
minute.
all.
He grew up in Ohio. Does it
It's
count?
close enough. It's
Yeah,
close.
he,
Okay.
he played at Penn
He's-
State. All is forgiven. All
Yeah,
is
and he played at Penn State. He's
Trent, no
up the
one's
road in Ohio.
perfect. No one's perfect. Okay.
There is no Kenny Pickett from Pitt or someone born in Pittsburgh this year. So they got to go. They got to move out a little bit. They got to branch out.
Pickett grew up an Eagles fan, and they still drafted that motherfucker. They make me sick.
Let's not rehash old nightmares. Let's move forward. Wide receiver. I'll go first this time. Carnell Tate, I think, is the unanimous choice for number 1. I don't think you can argue that too much.
Yeah.
I have Omar Cooper second for me. I'm moving Chris Bell up to 3rd. He's got a clean bill of health. He's running
Ooh.
good.
3rd.
Yep, he's 3rd for me.
All right.
I got KC Concepcion 4, and I got your boy Mekhi Lemon 5.
You dropped all of the big guys except for Tate out of your
Tyson's
top 5.
injured again. He's not over his hamstring. You can't tell me that dude's going to be healthy in the pros. You can't tell me. I know, Somber. You draft Tyson 21st in the 1st round, and we can count the IR games together as his career goes on. I'm not doing it.
I dropped Tyson too.
He's had a hamstring injury, 4 months ago?
Yeah,
He still can't run the 40?
I don't like it.
Not a
I don't
fan
like
of that.
I don't. Yeah, that's why I dropped him in my rankings. I went Tate, Cooper, Lemon, Concepcion, then Tyson, and Boston technically would be my 6th.
Nah, Boston's not even in my
But
conversation
Bell-
anymore.
Bell's working his way up there.
Bell had an ACL tear, and he's jumping up and down off.
Yeah,
He's
healthier
working
than
out.
fucking Tyson right now.
Go ahead, Trent. Go ahead, put
All
Tyson
right.
first. Oh no, Tate. Wait, Tate. I'm sorry.
Carnell Tate is first. No surprise. It's a draft where a Buckeye receiver's in it. Mekhi Lemon is my 2nd. Jordan Tyson is my 3rd. Omar
He's a bum.
Cooper is my 4th. And KC Concepcion is my 5th. I don't know how you dropped just because of this hamstring. I get it. It's scaring me. I talked about it when me and Jeff were on yesterday. It does scare me. But my God, if that dude falls to 21 and if that hamstring is a one and done thing and he hits, he's got a top 6 talent at 21.
But just remember, those soft tissue injuries are fucking tricky.
And it's not just soft tissue.
They are
It's regular injuries
really-
and soft tissue injuries. It's both.
He had the one major knee injury. Well, it was an ACL, right?
I
think
believe
so.
His freshman year, I think, or whatever it was. And then he missed one game, and then he's missed now this one. This
From
stretch.
major ACL and leg injuries suffered in 2022, kept him out nearly all of 23.
Yeah. And
So,
that was basically his
Major
freshman year.
ACL and a leg injury, now a hamstring injury that still hasn't healed yet.
Let me
Not good.
ask you guys a question.
I may have.
And I'm
it.
literally coming up with this on the top of my head right now.
Go for it.
What if Tyson just said, fuck all the measurements. I'm just going to blame the hamstring, not do it because I don't need to do it.
Then just say that. You're an injury-prone guy. Don't say I have a hamstring. You're making it worse.
I mean,
Then did I
but-
question his IQ?
But his
He's a
agent is just
dumbass.
going to say, hey, listen, the teams are going to bring you in. They're going to run you through their own medical doctor. they're going to check him out. They're going to know by the time this thing's rolling around to the draft if he's actually an issue, if this is something that could be reoccurring, or at least if they anticipate it being reoccurring, or if this is a one and done deal. I mean, the doctors are all going to look at him, and the teams. Let's be honest. How many teams really care about the pro days and the combines and stuff? They care about the medicals.
Well, that's where they get the medicals from, the combine.
Yeah, I've
Part
been
of
told
it-
They
that-
get the independent medicals.
Totally.
So
But if he's brought in for a top 30 visit, guess where he's going? Straight to the doctor.
yeah,
The doctor's going to look him over. So if he doesn't come in for a top 30 visit, you'll know exactly who's not looking at him anymore and where he's falling.
Somber, I didn't like how a lot of teams were thrown off by the interviews with Lemon. He just, I don't know. That's why now I've moved Cooper ahead of him, basically. I hate to say that, but I don't know. Just, I'm trying to ignore all that stuff, but it's hard. And
we had this talk about him before. He's an outlier. He's going to have to overcome a lot of physical deficiencies to be a successful receiver in the league. He's 26th percentile in height, 28th in weight, 16th in arm length, and 9th in hand size. The guy is small. And if you look at the league, most of the receivers, I looked at it this week, out of the top 15 receivers, 13 of them are over 6 feet tall.
see, for me, it's not the size thing with him. In a way, I kind of like that he'd be different from DK and Pittman.
That's fine.
That's what I actually like about Lemon, or Lemon, however you want to say it. And
What are we
and,
going, French on me? What the hell's going on
yeah.
there?
Hey, I mean, I can bring it out every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? But
the fuck?
yeah, I that's my thing is just the issues in his interviews, and he just came across real weird. I don't want to have an issue where I got to sign him and Roman Wilson up for Rosetta Stone because they both still can't figure out the goddamn playbook, and we're dealing with all these issues like that kind of thing. That's in the back of my head. That's what's concerning to me. Is there's going to be off-field issues. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I don't
we're
think
gonna
he's
do.
dumb. I think he might have some off-field issues. I think. the
I don't know.
playbook
I don't
will
know.
be-
I don't know.
Hold
But-
on. Take the interviews out of it. Where does that come from?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Are you talking about Mekhi Lemon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where is his off-field issues?
I said
I don't think-
when this guy is when
He hasn't had
acted
any
the
yet.
way he acted at the combine,
Yeah.
and then in the interviews he bombed them all.
Yeah.
That worries me. This is going to be a guy that once he starts making millions and millions and millions of dollars and fame and everything, we're going to have issues.
Somber. McShay reported that he talked to two general managers who both said he was awful in the interview room. Awful.
Yeah,
They didn't want to single him out according to McShay.
right.
But McShay said you interviewed 4 wide receivers. Which what did you think? And they said 3 were good. And he said which one wasn't good? And they went, well, like
Black
Mekhi
Mitch.
Lemon. If it was just one thing, maybe I could get. But it's the interviews. It's the size. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he goes on to be a Pro Bowl every year. But
I think
Yeah,
you
I
throw
mean-
it all out, throw it all out the window because you look at the tape and the kid never gets in trouble.
There's
if
no
he was a-
doubt that
if he
he's
was
a
in
baller.
trouble-
He was a baller on the field. I get it.
Well,
I'm not
I-
saying that.
But what I'm saying is people are getting like wrapped up in these interviews and stuff like that. Okay, he doesn't interview well. Who gives a shit? He's not here to fucking win a Fortune 500 company over. He's here to go
But they-
fucking catch passes and run routes and break tackles, and
they do
he
those
does
interviews
that at a high level.
specifically to pick their brain to see what kind of person they are. And when
I
you
get
blow
it.
it like that,
Well, you know,
maybe I'm making too much of it. But
He's
then
been
just
a
they've,
first
look at
round
the
draft
they've
physical.
pick.
missed on plenty of receivers in
He's
the
been a
past.
first round draft
Sure.
pick on a problem. It's a regrettable draft pick.
But he's never been a problem. That's my thing. Like, if show me an injury history, or not an injury, show me a trouble history with him. Like, people knew George Pickens coming into that.
George
draft.
Pickens went in the second round,
Yeah,
Flash, just for
and
that
he-
reason. Because
Yes,
he was a top 10 talent, but he was
exactly.
10 cent head, so he went in the second round.
Yes.
And there's my point. That's
So,
my
but-
point.
But
Staying a
Lemon was
first-round draft
never
pick
having
on that
issues.
is
He wasn't
concerning.
fighting in practices like Pickens had done in Georgia. Like, he,
Oh,
he
okay.
wasn't doing some of those things. You know what I mean? Like, it's all based around interviews. I'm telling you right now, if this kid's sitting here at 21, this team is not going to give a shit what he interviewed like. They're going to say, is he the best player on the map, on the board right now,
All right.
or do we go somewhere else?
Separate the interviews then. He's a small guy without elite speed,
I'm fine.
without
with it.
even great speed. What did he run? 4.5?
I've already And look, I've
which is
already said
fine.
that
on its
Lemon's one
own.
of my top 3 guys that I would take with the 21st pick. I'm just saying if I had to gun to my head between him and Cooper, I'm taking Cooper. That's my whole point with this. That's it.
Somber, no one's fabricating anything. Go
Yeah,
listen to McShay's podcast.
Yeah.
That guy's plugged in. He talks to a lot of general managers. He's reporting it. You want to call him a liar? Then I don't know what to tell you.
Lemon, yeah. Lemon. Shower, yes. Yeah, if he was in the second round, oh my God. Yeah, of course.
Well, that's different. That's different.
Yeah, that's way different.
That's a whole different thing. If they had the 32nd, 33, 34th pick, yeah. But you're 21. You got to hit on 21. Not to use
He's
a blackjack metaphor, but you got to do it.
he's wrong. I think
Lemon?
he's safe. I think he's as safe as a prospect that you might
The
ask.
size
for.
doesn't bother you at
So is Omar Cooper, but not really, because the way, if you watch his play strength, he plays very strong, and he tested pretty well on the bench. Like, his play strength is very good. He's shifty enough. He's a very good route runner. He is very combative at the catch point for his size, especially.
Yeah,
Like,
that works in USC. I don't know if that works in the NFL. You got to have something.
Out of the slot, if he's your slot receiver.
Again, show me a guy besides one with
Adam,
his size profile. Let's
I can't speak for Dave, but if they draft Lemon, like, I'll be happy just hoping that there's no issues. That's all. But I'll be fine with the pick. Because I said he's different than DK and Pittman, which is what they need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take Concepcion or Cooper then, if that's what you need.
Magic's really hammering you, Trent, about the whole not naming a white wide receiver. I don't.
Why are we? I didn't even read the white.
Here's the thing, Black Magic. Let's just be honest. There's just not a lot of white receivers ever.
Yeah, so it's a short list to go through.
Like let's be honest, here, bud. Like,
which white wide receiver are we looking for in this draft?
And if you're a white wide receiver, you better be on your best behavior, or else you're not going to get drafted at all.
Yeah,
So
I don't. I can't think of any right now. I'm trying to think of, like, in the past I could think of some, but not currently in this draft.
Hunter Renfro was.
yeah,
Not a receiver. I mean, what are we talking about here?
he's talking about the negative interviews,
In general,
like having bad interviews, and I don't know. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I don't
But
know.
I'm not. I mean,
Johnny
wait,
Manziel.
what?
I can name off
Oh yeah, Manziel. That's right.
Johnny
Yeah.
Manziel was bad.
There you go.
Uh,
Problem solved. Let's move on.
when you're talking about any position, that's a little different. I thought you meant just wide receiver.
Yeah.
But
All right.
we've had QBs that have not interviewed well at all, like Johnny Manziel. I'm trying to think of another one as far as like.
I mean, people think
QBs
Carson
go.
Beck's kind of a dink too. I'm sure he didn't
Yeah.
interview perfectly. He's
One of them.
had some history. All right, let's move on to guard. I think this is going to be pretty straightforward for top fives. Dave, you go first.
Oh, sorry.
Or you want me to go first? You got it.
Go ahead, real quick. I got cough.
Magic
I got
one.
Vega Ione first. Emmanuel Pregnon second. Keelan Rutledge third. Chase Besantis fourth, and Jennings Dunker fifth. I know Jennings Dunker is a tackle by trade, but they say he's going to move into guard at the next level.
Good
So,
call.
Trent, what do you got?
I did not do any of the guys that project into guard because I probably could have added to this list, but I'm just going with the pure guards for now. If we want to talk about projected guards, I could swing some of that too, because you could talk about maybe Francis Maui-Noah, Caden Proctor, Spencer Fano, because all three of those might move into guard.
Yeah.
But Vega's one, obviously. Pregnon is two. I've got Chase Besantis as three, Kalen Rutledge as four, and Bo Stevens as five, which might be not a fan favorite.
That's why I was looking for the fifth one, and I don't think anybody has Dunker as a tackle at the next level. That's why I want him. Some of the other guys, you're right. Well, the top guys at tackle might move into guard in this draft.
Yeah, I mean,
When it's all said and done.
Fanu is like really being talked about. I was
They said he
listening.
could play center.
That's
Fanu.
like exactly. I heard that.
Crazy.
Field Yates and Mel Kiper on their
Yeah.
latest mock show, they both said that he could be moving inside to play guard or center, and they had him going, I think, to Baltimore.
Interesting.
So
Dave, you ready?
Yeah. I went with Ione, and then Pregnon, Besantis, Rutledge, and then I went with Farmer.
Yeah, he's pretty
I mean,
good too.
Yeah, I mean, I saw how ranked he ranked pretty high. in the top 100, 88th by PFF. Played all 12 games for Kentucky. Second team All Sec honors. Got offensive lineman of the week, following a victory over Auburn. Like, he's done pretty well. They say he's got versatility at both guard and tackle. So yeah, I thought, all right, I'll make him my. I was looking at Bo Stevens too, but he's not ranked as high as Farmer is.
Black Magic's got a good point. If Fano's there at 21, he's got position versatility. You could draft him and try to play, the guard tackle thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
does he do both? Does he have experience playing both?
Well, no, but they're
No, but I think
projecting
he's
him
gonna be a guard.
Some teams are projecting him to move inside because he got short.
It's the whole
arms.
short arms thing.
Hmm.
He's got short arms, and they think he's going to be pushed in. So that's not a bad name to bring up at 21, which I hadn't thought of before.
I still don't think he falls.
Yeah, I don't.
No, was
Probably
he
not.
projected top 20?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's talked about.
but the
in top
fact that he's
15.
not a tackle, and nobody thinks he's going to be a tackle, really, maybe that makes him fall a little bit. Who knows?
This draft is going to be wild. I'll say this: this is going to be the hardest draft to predict that we're going to see in a long time. Because
Yeah,
once you get past the first 7 or 8 guys,
even before that, Trent, it could be all over the place.
It could go anywhere.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. The world famous DMC is going to be at the draft himself. So he's going to have some fun.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Don't know which
Got it.
day or days or all three or I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Safety. Trent, you want to go first this time?
Sure thing. Let's do it. I got where the hell's my list? All right, safeties. There we go. Caleb Downs, shocker. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, which that actually is starting to become a little bit of a hot take. Dylan Thieneman is my
People
third.
don't like him being. What do you mean?
No, people
Dylan,
are
Thieneman
up to
is
2.
moving. Yeah, he's pretty unanimously too.
I watched film on him today actually, but go ahead.
I got AJ Halsey is my 4th, and Zaki Wheatley is my 5th.
I'll go next. I got Caleb Downs first. I have Dylan Thieneman second. I have EMW third. I put Bud Clark 4th. I watched a little bit more of him today. I like him. I think he's pretty good. And
Mhm.
I moved Traydon Stukes up to 5. I really like him too.
Yeah, I could have moved him further up my list too, probably.
I think Halsey's strictly a strong safety type.
I probably shouldn't have had him where I had him, but
Most places have him
not-
higher though.
yeah,
Most places have him the 3rd or 4th.
if I did this Pittsburgh centric, I would not have had him on the list.
Hey, me and Somber finally agreed on something today. All right.
That's who it is. It's Somber that really likes him. I was trying to
Yes,
remember who it
dude.
was.
Yeah.
All right, Davey, who's yours?
Yeah, I went Caleb Downs, McNeil Warren, and Thieneman. It is tough, like those two. I was watching film on Thieneman today, and man, is he a little more undersized than McNeil Warren?
Yes,
Thieneman?
He is.
a little bit.
I'm looking at it now. Same weight.
He
it says
wasn't.
here,
He
but
wasn't.
he's
He
a little
wasn't
short.
small. I think he's just shorter because
He's short.
McNeil Warren is huge. He's like 6'3" and a half.
Well, that's I was
Yeah.
watching because I've watched McNeil Warren's film already, and like that was the only one thing I could really tell the difference in was the size difference.
Thieneman's a shit ton faster though.
But
he is.
oh my god, the plays, yeah,
He ran a
his
4.3.
His closing speed is so deceptive to quarterbacks. Like they think a guy's open, and no, he is not. But anyways, so back to so my 4th was AJ Halsey. Watched film on him today. Man, that guy.
He's
I had not really paid attention to him that much because he's just never there whenever I'm doing my mock drafts. And then I was looking and I was like, let me check this guy out real quick. And whew, that guy was a playmaker for LSU guys.
He lays the
he's-
lumber too.
He
Yeah, he
lays
does.
the lumber, huge playmaker, forced fumbles galore. Like he's pretty good. My 5th was Genesis Smith. I like him towards the middle rounds. So that's my 5. They got some good safeties in this
Yeah,
draft.
this is a deep safety class.
Yeah.
Vaughn says we need a free safety / That's a big reason, Vaughn, why I went my last 2 guys of my last 2 guys, Stukes and Clark, because they're both free safety types. a more than strong safety. That's why I kind of skipped Halsey, because I think Halsey's a more of a strong safety.
Yeah, I agree with that. And a lot
so-
of people like that Kamari Ramsey, and he's more of
Yeah.
a slot box safety. Also, he's not a deep safety either.
All right, and last on our list is corner. Who wants to take this one?
I can go.
All right.
Obviously, I went with Mansour Delane as my first. Then I went with Avion Terrell. I skipped a bunch of guys, to be honest with you guys, like Jermod McCoy. Who else did I skip? Brandon Cisse. I skipped these guys because of injuries and just no production. I think Cisse is the one that has like no production whatsoever compared to some of these other guys. So Mansour Delane, Avion Terrell, Chris Johnson, Keontae Scott, and I did go at Traydon Dukes. I did look into him a little bit. I did like what I saw. I didn't go with D'Angelo Pons just because of the fact he's a midget. I just
Come on.
He's a bum. But yeah, I just. But yeah,
All right.
Oh shit!
All right, my top 5 is Mansour Delane. I went Gerard McCoy too, just because of the potential. If he's right, he's probably the best corner in this draft. I went Chris Johnson third. He tested well. He's got some production. I like him a lot. I went Avion Terrell fourth, and I went with the midget at 5, D'Angelo Pons. I know
you got a soft spot in your heart.
I got to give my guy some love.
All right.
He's going to surprise you guys in the NFL.
Well, you know how I feel about him. I've made it.
Yeah, for the first 5 weeks before he gets broken in half. But anyway, we're gonna move on.
Come on,
Vaughn, how dare you?
Vaughn, you don't like Pons at all? Oh, come on. Gotta watch the tape, man. It's locking down Jeremiah Smith like he's not even there.
No, yeah, he did. Him and the fucking double coverage behind him, but yeah, sure. He fucking crushed it at 5'8".
He did.
Slash, are you saying because of what we already have, basically?
Yeah, the slot corner. I don't know. Is Ramsey the slot corner? Then you don't need a slot corner.
Well, I actually disagree too, because I don't think you have Jamel Dean's contract. Honestly, could be a 1-year deal. I mean, you got him for 2.
Vaughn? Sorry, I
Yeah.
need to cut you off.
Yeah, all right. I get it now, Vaughn.
Yeah.
I thought you had a hot D'Angelo Pons take there for a minute, but
No.
I got you now.
Yeah, but I mean, Dean's contract isn't exactly
He's cuttable after this year.
Term. So
Yeah.
you want a guy who can develop behind these guys. I don't know that you need to take him in the first round, but you could. It's not impossible. My 5, Mansour Delane, Jermod McCoy. I also have 2. I have Avion Terrell 3. Came in a little bigger than I thought he was going to at the combine. I thought he was going to be a little smaller, and I think he's pretty sticky in coverage. I like him. Chris Johnson, his combine kind of did it all for me because he tested better than I thought he was going to, and that moves him up. I moved him 3 spots up my list actually. And Colton Hood was my 4th.
Yeah, 5th.
Or 5th, sorry.
Yep.
No, I get your train of thought, Slash. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, we're not saying he definitely is, but they structured his contract like if they wanted to, they could. So just keep that in the back of your mind,
And I mean, it's not. First of all, having too many corners is a really good fucking problem to have.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
it's a position where people get hurt. It's a position where soft tissue injuries happen all the time because these guys are always on the move. They're always cutting. They're always trying to keep in phase with a receiver. And if you lose a top corner, it's a big drop off. We've seen it plenty of times when we don't have a second top fucking corner. We've looked like shit.
Yep.
Yeah, when we lost,
and they cost a shit ton
It
in
was
free
rough.
agency if you want to go sign one.
When we lost Slay, I mean,
It was tough. Losing Slay was tough, man.
it was almost impossible to come back from.
I mean, that was.
I mean,
rough.
James Pierre stepped in as like the number 2 PFF ready corner.
Yeah.
We barely survived that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if
there was an article online about Darius Slay trying to explain himself. I didn't even read it. I'm so disgusted
Oh,
with him.
Jesus.
I don't want to hear his
Yeah.
fucking excuses.
Fucking robbed them
Yeah.
blind.
We know your excuse. You cashed in and you fucking quit on the team. Get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
We decided to have a kind of an interesting conversation this afternoon about tackle and whether we should take tackle in the first round or not.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you guys, and I got a lot of pushback online. People seem to be perfectly fine with the state of the left tackle with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I am not. Broderick Jones and Dylan Cook do not make me feel warm inside, especially when you're going to sign a 45-year-old quarterback who doesn't like to be hit. I don't rule tackle out completely. I mean, evidently the Steelers are because I haven't even talked to any. So unless they're playing coy.
I don't put this. I just don't want them spending a first round pick on one. I just don't.
Yeah, I get it.
That'd be
I
the
get
what would it be? 3 out of 4 years we draft a fucking tackle.
Well, like I told somebody on X, yeah, it sucks, but if you miss on one, which they did, then you have to. You almost have to.
Yeah, you're.
You know,
Yeah, I
that's
get what
left
you're
tackle.
saying.
It's not like right tackle is just important now anyway, but left tackle, the blind side.
I don't know. Me,
And people are telling me, Dylan Cook had 200
like-
something great
like
snaps.
because I
Yeah,
got my
200 something.
because there's later round guys that I really like at tackle.
Yeah, but do you really?
Yes,
starter?
I do. Well, they're going to learn a little bit, but yeah.
They'd have to be developed.
No, you might have
Yeah,
to
they gotta be
start them right away. They might
Yeah,
have
but I
time
mean-
to learn.
Yeah, but how many guys are the Steelers going to draft and plug and play at left tackle, Dave?
What do you mean?
Not many. They're not going to
No,
plug
that's
and
what I'm
play.
saying. That's why if one drops in the first round, even though, like we talked about, there's not a lot of true left tackles.
Depending
all
on what
right
they take in the
tackles.
first round, I could be talked into the second round depending on who falls. Maybe.
No one's fallen to 53.
Oh my!
None of the top guys.
If I had like gun to my head, I prefer third round because I got 3 picks.
But then you just,
But there could be guys that drop that could be viable left tackles.
I don't know.
Well, I told you guys I was going to look at this 2027 free agency just out of curiosity because we're going to all assume we're drafting.
The quarterback,
quarterback.
hopefully. It better
Okay,
be.
so the only place you get starting caliber tackles is in the first round typically.
Yeah.
The free agency list is Father Time, Trent Williams.
Just, if you need a guy for 1 year, maybe, and try to get by, maybe, but he is old. He is
And
really
then
old.
it gets rough after that. There's not a lot.
Like, yeah, like for
Oh,
me,
man.
Dave, tackles that I would prefer them target later in the draft are guys like Isaiah World. Even further down the draft, Trey Zune, Jude Bowery, like those
Yeah,
are the kind of
you know-
guys I like. That it's less. You aren't giving up as much value, man. When they get,
But they're not getting much value back either, Dave. Those guys could be
Well,
journeymen.
You don't know that they could nail it. They could
They
put
could,
a diamond in the
but-
rough.
Anything could happen.
But I just I don't know, man. God, to spend another high draft pick on a fucking tackle again.
I know.
That'd
I
be-
know. But you missed. You
I
missed
get
on
what you're
Robert
saying.
Jones.
I
You
do
did.
get what you're saying though. I do. I can't fight that. So
I mean,
His injury is probably the biggest
yeah.
curveball.
If he was
in the
completely
total
healthy, yeah,
course.
you roll with him for 1 more year and see what you got. But now you don't
Maybe.
even know.
A new
So
offensive
it's a
line
neck
coach, new offensive system.
Yeah.
Like maybe they fix him and get him to work.
And it's a
how
world where it
his-
could work out that way.
His
He could end up being fine for a year and then they figure it out next year. But it's risky. You got Aaron fucking Rodgers back there who needs time. And,
And Dylan, Dylan
I
Cook did
can't
play.
disagree with what you're saying. I can't. I get
Yeah,
what you're saying.
and Dylan Cook did
I
play
just think it's a good
well.
argument. It's a good
Very
good
limited,
discussion to
though.
have. Yeah, Dylan Cook is limited. I would jump the gun on him. Maybe he works out and he ends up becoming like
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Texans game, but it is the Texans. They're loaded.
it
So
was.
I
Yeah,
don't.
you know. I
You
don't
wish
know.
you wish you knew the injury on Broderick Jones, and you wish that you had more snaps for Dylan Cook to work with when you're thinking about like what you want to do, because like
Yeah.
it seems like they might bring in mid-round competition, but not top-round competition for these
Yeah, there's guys I like late too, like Markel Bell they brought in, Diego Pounds. I watched a little bit of him from Ole Miss. He's pretty good. But do I really want them blocking for Aaron Rodgers' backside? Or maybe I do. Because then Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, the season tanks, and we end up with a top 5 pick.
Oh
That-
my God.
I'm using Dave's logic. Maybe that's exactly what we want. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I get it.
I'm telling you, if they don't draft a quarterback in 2027, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind, like for real.
Don't put it
For
out. there.
real.
Just, they can't be this dumb, right?
For real.
Did
Like
you see
Trent
that
Simpson gets drafted around 1 this year. I'm walking off the fucking set. My earphones are going through the window, and I'm never coming back.
I saw that list that when you sent us the list of projected quarterbacks next year. Jesus.
it's and people say, well, you don't know because you thought, yep, you did think this year, but most of that class got pushed back to next year. So you're hoping that all
Right.
finally works out.
Right. That whole class stayed in
Yeah.
school basically. So now they could be really good. So yeah, dude. There's no way. Dude, if they walk away from that class.
And people are talking
Wow.
like Sorsby's now, which I didn't really pay much attention to this year. But everyone's in love with Sorsby now. They think he could be right up there with the best in the class. And I'm like,
that-
okay.
That's Cincinnati's.
Yeah, he went to
He
Texas
transferred to Texas Tech.
Tech, yeah.
Oh no shit. Okay.
So people are in love with that guy.
I guess he got the bag.
Yeah.
Oh.
He got a
Oh,
lot
They
of
said
money.
he got a lot of money.
Yes.
Is there
sir.
DTs anyway? There's a lot of DTs.
Yeah.
Black Magic.
I think his
In the later
class is
rounds.
loaded with DTs.
Yeah.
Someone,
This
I
may
think
be
it
the
was-
deepest position group.
Was it Sommer that brought up the Missouri kid? I went back and watched him. McClellan. He's freaking pretty
Mhm.
good, and he's like a third round guy.
Wasn't he a transfer too? Did he transfer?
I think he did transfer from
Chris
somewhere.
McKellen, 6'4", 313 pounds.
Long arms, like 34-inch arms, just
Dude,
just
yeah,
the way
there's-
they like them.
There are defensive tackles all through this fucking draft that I like.
Are there any of the D tackles that we've talked about in the past that you're out on now? Because we haven't touched on this position for a while.
The Florida kid scares me a little bit
Yep.
for how high he's going.
Who
Yep.
was it? The
Caleb
Monday
Banks.
part that struggled at the combine or something. Somebody.
K part was the dude who fucking blew the combine up.
Tested off the
Oh, it was the
charts.
opposite. Okay.
He's like almost a
He did
perfect 10.
fantastic.
I knew there was something with him, but there was somebody who didn't do well.
Peter Woods didn't do anything.
Yeah,
That's-
Woods is the one. That's another
It
one I
was
wouldn't
Woods.
touch in the first round.
It was Woods. That's who it was. I
Woods
gotta
and
look it
Banks,
up.
I'm not touching the first round.
I really like Jackson though.
I
And I'm glad they
think
actually talked to him.
Christian Miller goes ahead of both those guys.
Keenan's another one.
Yeah,
Keenan's he's a mid-round guy, probably around third or fourth, if I remember correctly.
I like Christian Miller too.
Miller's another one. I'm trying to think of some of the
There's-
guys that I like.
There's
He's
a lot
like
of talk.
Lee Hunter out of Texas
I-
Tech.
I love Lee
He
Hunter.
he
I
didn't
don't care
test
what
well,
his-
but he plays good.
I don't give a shit
Now-
what his RAS score was. That
Was
kid's
bad.
tape was fucking
The
good.
other one who's undersized that I can see being kicked out to be a defensive end is Skylar Gill Howard. At NFL
Oh,
level,
yeah.
he's too undersized to be a nose.
Wasn't
But
he
I
like
really like
290?
80.
280. Oh, yeah. I knew
That's
he
too
was
light to
big.
be in a 3-4.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
can't be a nose. Yeah. But he did really well. That Texas Tech defense put out some.
Yeah,
They got some guys, man.
that's why they were
Yeah,
top 10
I
ranked
mean,
all year.
yeah.
They were a good
They-
team.
So
They were a quarterback away from being
Mhm.
yeah,
a
dude.
potential
But that
national champion.
defense, Gil Howard, Lee Hunter, freaking J Rod, all that whole
Yeah.
crew just.
And they played well. They just couldn't score in the playoffs enough to win. They were playing well.
Black Magic, Keanu can't be a nose.
He needs to
Yeah.
get kicked into the 3-tech.
Yeah, right.
The
The
best
problem
thing
with
that
this
could
one
happen.
is nobody wants to trade up in this draft because we were talking about this last week on the draft show. It's all the players all bunched together as mid first round to what mid third can all be the same. And I don't think anybody's trading up.
Did
So
Jeff
for the Steelers to
bring
trade
this
back
up
and get
to you, Trent?
He
That
did.
they may go
He
to a
did.
4-3.
He said that he heard in the coming years they're going to start working towards building out to a 4-3.
Wow.
He said he was told that.
there are still a few 3-4 teams left, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't see.
I think the
Makes a major
4-3 probably makes it easier with all these teams running so much nickel that you don't
Yeah.
have to really interchange parts the way that we do. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you just draft the guys that are going to be on the field at all times.
Sommer's pumping up Xavier Harris. Whoops.
And he is.
I gotta watch him, to be honest.
Ted, I appreciate you forgetting that I was there.
What?
He said he forgot I was there.
Oh, Xavier Harris is an Ole Miss guy, dude.
Yeah, I haven't really watched much of him.
Yeah, I mean, stat wise, 7.5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 43 total tackles.
You know who's getting a lot of buzz from Ole Miss? Daquan Wright, the tight end. I've seen a couple people now raving about him.
Listen, remember when we had the whole Trinidad Chambliss argument, and I told you every time
Remember?
I turned it on, yeah. No, but remember I said like that
Yeah,
kid's the one that
you did
stood out
mention
to me every single time. I was like, that kid just seems to be all over his tape. Like
Yeah.
I thought he looked good.
I got to go back and watch it. 6'8", 330. That's a little too tall for like a nose.
That is huge.
It's tough to get leverage when you're 6'8". Holy crap! But I want to watch him. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Ole Miss had some talent. Stribling, Daquan Wright. They had some talent this year. But I'm just curious if I mean they've only looked at what? Markel Bell for tackles. Is that it?
What are you talking about for visits?
Visits or combine? What did I say? 2?
I think there
So
was a
far, officially pre-draft visit, positional breakdown, 3 wide receivers, 2 corners, 1 tackle, 1 guard, 1 tight end, 2 inside linebackers, 1 QB, and 1 D lineman.
And at the combine, they met with Markel Bell and Max Iannaccio as tackles. That's it. Just 2 guys.
Let me see here for tackles. Yeah, let's see here. All the offensive linemen was Caden Proctor, Chase Basantis, Max Ionanker, and Emmanuel Pregnon.
I don't know. Maybe they are going to roll the dice with Broderick Jones and Dylan Cook. Fun times.
I mean, it's kind of looking that way, but we'll see. The right guy falls in their lap. You could always try it and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, the only left tackle that'll fall to them is Freeling. And I don't even think he's going to fall to him. So now you're looking at.
I don't either. We were talking about that earlier you guys more than I was. I wasn't really part of the group chat earlier. But I don't think Monroe Freeling, I mean, he's the left tackle of this draft.
All the other guys are right tackle.
Yeah, there are no left tackles really until you start getting a little down the line.
You corrected me. I forgot Miller was a right tackle, and I looked up Iannaccio, and he's a right tackle. So now you're really going down the list before you get to a left tackle.
Now, I would say he's probably the one who could move to left tackle pretty easily.
Iannaccio? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Because if he's so athletic, he's got great footwork, he probably could make that work. And he had the soccer background too, I think, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He only started playing football, I think, in high school.
Mm-hmm.
In the second year of high school. So that's pretty crazy. He's only playing football for 6 years. That's
Vaughn
nuts.
wants to go Cole Payton.
Vaughn, I'm with you, buddy.
And then left tackle.
99th overall.
That was enough for Corb just to be fucking
DMC
out.
Didn't like that.
He's not a fan.
He gone. Cole Payton at 99, I wouldn't be mad. Roll the dice, whatever, and still go over in 27, get one.
I think because the plan is 27, I wouldn't get worked up over quarterback. I don't care who they take as long as honestly, if they take one in the 6th or 7th round, great.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I don't care. I don't want anything earlier.
Take a flyer on somebody late if you think you can get something out of them.
Taylor
Green would be.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Taylor Green's the guy.
We've hit on so many guys rounds 1 through 5 at this point that why in the world would you waste a pick on a quarterback? Like, we've built a lot of our roster with quality guys now under the last 3 years of Omar Khan, all the way through him and Andy Weidel together. But like
Andy Weidel,
you've built out some pretty dang good drafts so far. Like, don't throw away picks, just throw away picks.
Yeah, please don't throw away one on Simpson or Beck or Nussmeier. Please don't do it.
Yep.
Please don't do it.
Will Howard for life.
I want Will Howard to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's gotten to be the Mason Rudolph level where I just want him to play to shut these people up. But if Mason Rudolph is an example, then it's not going to shut him up because
go get him one more wide receiver. Go get him one more wide receiver. You see what he does at Ohio State with 3 receivers. Let's do it.
I'm with the Magic. I wish they'd cut him.
I'm sick of his face. We all are, buddy.
Do you think he actually makes the opening day roster this time?
I do.
53.
I do. I think the same 3. It's going to be Rodgers, Mason, and Will Howard again.
What I want to happen is they draft Drew Aller. Everybody freaks out. We cut Mason, and then we bring back Aaron. and then we'll have Aaron, A+ draft pick, and Aller.
That could be a scenario where they, because if you draft Aller or say Cole Payton, you can't put him on the practice squad because somebody will snatch those guys
Sure will.
just for the hell of it. So you got to carry him, which means somebody's got to go, and it's probably going to be Mason. So Mason's got to be watching this draft very carefully. If they draft a quarterback, he's out.
And he's getting paid.
Not too much though, right?
It's not a ton,
$2 million a year.
but it's enough
Mason-
if you want to open
$4
some
million.
cap space.
Is it $4 million?
I think it's 4.
That's $4 million too much. But
All right.
He is.
you need a veteran
4.6.
in there.
4.6.
Well, the going rate of backups can get up to 10, 12, so I guess it's all right.
It's easy cut to get rid of 4.6 and
Yeah.
throw it somewhere else.
Yeah, either way. If Aaron Rodgers ever signs and then he eventually gets hurt, they're screwed no matter what. So all right, anything else before we get out of here?
No, I think that's about it.
I think we're good. I think we covered it. Guys in the chat, thanks a lot. We got a busy day tomorrow. I've got Mark Gorzak, who used to be a scout for the Steelers. I'm going to interview him at 5 p.m.
Hell yeah.
And then we've got Zach, right? Tomorrow? Is it tomorrow?
Tuesday,
Oh, it's Tuesday.
right? I'll double check with him.
Yeah, let's make sure on that. We're going to have Zach on either Monday or Tuesday. So we got a busy week coming up.
Zach Smith, just in case
Yeah,
everybody.
Zach
Zachary
Smith, I'm
Smith,
sorry.
yeah.
I should have specified that. There's a lot of Zachs. There's only one Zach, though. Pittsburgh. Let's be honest. You guys in the chat, thanks a lot as always. We would love having you guys. You guys do a great job for us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Until next time, thanks for listening to Steel Sanctuary Podcast.
Just like that.